Ready to go live. Yay! It says green light, go live. We are live, Sarah. Hello,
Oh,
everyone.
wow.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Hi,
We're so
everyone.
hello. We're so excited. We already started chatting behind the scenes, and I was just saying, hey, let's hold our horses and keep it for the live.
And you know how cool is this
Yeah,
little thing came up saying, "Oh, guess what? On YouTube, you are on it."
yay! And
It's
I'm
starting
checking.
off the series with Sara Andrew.
Yes. How does it get any better? I
Oh,
love
welcome
this.
everyone. This is just amazing. And it's I mean, I'm just so grateful for everyone involved with this. How quickly, like this was just a whisper like
Mhm.
2 weeks ago, not even 2 weeks ago. Do you
It was
recall
about,
when?
yeah, it
Was it
was
around
about, yeah.
no, it was.
Just time and space for us. Instead of time, I think we have more space. And when I have to really be aware of time, I have to make an effort. What day is it? How many days has it been? Which day am I at? If I have a telecall, let's say over 10 series, oh, how many days has it been? It's so irrelevant in my world. I'm so
Yeah.
grateful for it, but yeah, doesn't work linear anymore.
Well, let's talk about this series. And I mean,
Yes,
this series is going to go like it is around, there's 22 different
yes,
access
correct,
consciousness facilitators. They're all
exactly.
around the world. Well, and there will be a special guest on the last day. There will
Surprise.
be a few. There will be a few gaps. Just a few
Yes.
things are going on, and it was just amazing. Like after Global Foundation, it was really like, how we've been talking about presumption reality and reactive realities. And you are such a gift in my world.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was something like there was all this stuff after Global Foundation came up for me.
Mhm.
And there was just something that I was still not willing to be really present with. And so I asked if we could really look at this together. And so a lot of this started coming up about the presumption reality, how we go into facts, how there is always a need to react to something.
Mhm.
And after you ask me questions and you ask me to really get present, things started really changing too. And then after that, this just download. And it was like the whisper saying, we could really create a conversation, like, having all these different, we call them CFs, certified facilitators all around the world, talking about how they see it, how they actually see presumption reality and
Yeah. Yeah.
reactive reality. And so then it just started like, I came to you and said, look, I've got this idea and I would love for you to interview over 23 different facilitators. And you went, yes, let's do it.
It was actually two of our, I mean, you asked the question, I asked the question. I was asking for, especially after Global Foundation, okay, something needs to come out to the world. What needs to be created? Universe, show me. It was my ask. And then Sarah came up with this idea. So it was it was the meeting
It was
of
brilliant.
this, of the two asks created this. I'm so grateful. Her enthusiasm and mine combined, because when I can be very enthusiastic, but when someone else is also enthusiastic about it and excited to create something together, it goes so much more fun and pleasant.
It's
And yeah, this came to world, and I'm really grateful
And
for you,
it's
Sarah.
that creative energy too. It was
Yeah,
that generative energy and that creative energy. For
yes.
me was like it gave me that possibility to use all my scheduling,
Mm,
skills, and my PR and my publicists, like to,
yeah,
be that connector, reach out to people who may know me, not know me, and just ask them to, be interviewed by you,
yeah.
and to create the graphics and everything. So there was this really generative energy about the whole thing. And then you have a team.
Mm-hmm.
It was so cool to see the four of us create, being on StreamYard, and seeing us all come together. It's just been really amazing, and seeing the different, like, I'm really excited who we have you interviewing. There is so many amazing, amazing different, CFs. So the next, like after this, you've got Amy Shine,
Yes, yes.
and then we got Betsy
Simone.
McLaughlin. Yeah.
Yes.
And then I'm
And
trying
then
to,
we have Simone Zucker afterwards, and then and on. We will be announcing every day
yes.
who the next day's guest will be and the time links, so you will be able to follow at the moment if you can do it on time live, or it will be
Yeah.
remaining in these platforms on YouTube or StreamYard. This group, actually, Facebook group, the Global Perspectives on Presumptive and Reactive Realities, that is so exciting. It's been a pleasure for us to create this, and
Oh, it's amazing.
and I'm looking forward to what topics will be opening up, and what contribution can we be, and what contribution it will be to us, because it's a simultaneity of gifting and receiving, and we wanted this to be a gift for you guys. And see, there are so many people I would love to talk to about this. We'll start from somewhere and see where it goes. I'm
Well,
really excited.
we'll see. And what's going to be amazing for everyone too, even if you're not live, all the videos are going to be in like YouTube, so you can go into YouTube, you can like look at it. The one thing, that keeps like coming up in my awareness is, like, each time you interview someone, we're going to like create memes, we're going to create, like, not show notes, but a few of the, like, key notes of
Beautiful.
each interview. So,
Yeah.
and that will be put up into the group. So there'll be like um,
Team graphics.
a little photo where people can actually
Yeah.
download
Yeah.
the photo, and it'll have the keynotes of what that interview was too.
Exactly.
And if
Exactly.
there's any home play, we never know. We
Who
might have
knows?
some home play.
Who knows?
We'll put that in the group too. So
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
is a real engagement and interaction
Exactly.
group too.
Exactly. And how this came up, I mean, we may dive into it right away. I just want to give a brief description for those of
Yes.
you who may not be familiar with Access. We will be using the Access clearing statement. I will also share it in the group. There is a YouTube video by Dr. Dane here, the co-creator of Access Consciousness, and Simone Melissa's, talking about the access clearing statements. So if you are not familiar with it, you can watch that video. And also how the presumptive realities and need of reactive realities, as we have been using the tools and asking questions and discovering where we do the presumptions rather than asking a question and opening up to possibility. Wherever you say this is this, let's say this country is not good for me, if you have that presumption and you put a full stop after it, you cannot create anything beyond that point of view, beyond that presumption. And some of them are very obvious, but what I found interesting is there are insidious, many
Yeah, they're
hundreds
everywhere.
of presumptions in
Yeah.
every area of our life. And the more I discover, the more space and the more change I have been receiving. And it is really liberating. We wanted to talk about in different aspects,
And
yeah,
I would say, to adding on to that, the
yeah,
one that I hear so much, and I can hear it come out of my mouth, there's not enough. There's
Yeah.
not enough money, there's not enough work, there's not enough. And that is such a presumption, like you're saying, that's what it is. There's
Yeah.
no question in that, you
Yeah.
know. And that's what I love about the access tools. I love about question. I'm not always in question, but I've been more in question probably in the past week than I have since the tools, like I found the tools around I think 2013. Now, I
Mm-hmm.
haven't always applied the tools, but
Mm-hmm.
now I'm starting to apply the tools, and especially with these presumption realities, applying a question when that like for me, I can see when I can actually hear the words come out of my mouth when I'm going and being a presumption reality. And that's when a question, like a true question too.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you, so what's between, we're talking about a question. So what
Mm-hmm.
is a question? And what is a true question and
Mm-hmm.
not a true question?
Yeah.
That'll be
Yeah,
great
we
to
made
finish
a
on.
clarity night about that. I mean,
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
you
we
remember
could.
that. A true question is expanding the energy, and that creates possibilities. Uh, the so-called question, which is not a question or a conclusion, is sticking you to where that point of view is, what presumption is, that conclusion is, and you believe the truth of it. So there is no question in it. A
Yeah.
true question always creates possibilities, and a conclusion or decision, a judgment, a presumption never creates anything but judgment. Because when you presume something, if let's say you to be successful, you need to do this and that is your presumption, unless you really can reach out that goal, whatever you have defined success as, you will be constantly judging yourself and constantly going into reaction about those judgments or why you did it or didn't do it. So it is a vicious cycle. It's a catch
Oh,
22. But when you ask a real question,
real question?
like, for example, what are the infinite possibilities here
Possibilities.
that I have never considered before? That's
So
it.
one thing I've really been noticing is when I go into the wrongness, and there is this vibration with like when I'm judging myself, and very
Mhm.
well when I go into the wrongness of things, there's a vibration. And what I've noticed in the last 48 hours, I'm aware of that vibration now. And I go straight to asking, what's right about this? What's right about me that I'm not getting? And this is one of the questions that
Mhm.
opens more possibilities. And I've really noticed it more. And I may say this probably 1,000 times in the
Mhm.
last 48 hours, because I notice how much I go looking for the
Mhm.
wrongness about me, because that is just something being so entrained and so programmed, like a
Mhm.
behavior program, that I'm so wrong. And so what I've noticed with the tools, and choosing to, and it is a choice, choosing to come out of presumption reality, is that question, like a space for me is starting like, oh wow, I can perceive that wrongness, that I
Mhm.
go like it's automatic or a
Mhm.
presumption. And now, oh, what's right about me?
Exactly.
And so it just opens, well, I
Mhm.
say it's space, but just it relaxes. What I notice is my whole body relaxes, because
Yeah.
when I judge what I know, and when I know I'm in a presumption reality, my body is just amazing. I
Yeah.
will contract. But when I'm asking a question, and it'll start expanding, and there's a relaxation. Now this is something I've been on this earth for 50 years, so I'm so used to that wrongness energy. So
Mhm.
this is for me like coming out of a comfort zone, like really stepping out of my comfort zone, because this is just like, oh wow, there's something else beyond you know
Totally.
judging myself wrong.
Totally. And the question, we talk about it in classes. The aim of the question is to gain awareness.
Yeah.
Otherwise, conclusions bring you conclusions, nothing more, and judgments. That's it. And
Well,
so
it's
we will be
also
diving much more into it with
yep.
you. Yes,
And you've got 20, you got
yes,
23 different
exactly.
CFs. And what's so brilliant about this, they're all over the world. So we've
Yes.
got people from Asia and India, Australia, from where I am. We've got Spanish people. We've got American, we've got, well, Irish, so we've got everyone. It is global.
Yes, yes, because every one of us also have different experiences. Since this topic came out, I'm aware of, I don't know, hundreds of things every day.
Yeah.
And it is beautiful to get the perspectives and the experiences of other people, other CFs. And that will only enrich and contribute to this
Yeah.
subject. That's what we got. So that's how we started. So looking forward for the new
Awesome.
guest
So we've
being
we've
you.
kicked off the series, everyone. So it's kicked off now,
Yes,
and in 45 minutes or just a little bit under, you'll be interviewing Amy Shine.
that's right. So stick around. Stay with
So
us.
yeah, thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Enjoy the next 29 days.
Yes, thank you.